The Vampire Star is slow, takes forever to charge, has horrible turn, and low airspeed. So how could this vehicle possibly be any good? Well, that is where the bite comes in. You see, it's called the Vampire Star because it's bloodthirsty, so when it bites its prey, everything gets better about it. You get higher speed, faster charge, and much better turn. Oh, and along with damaging your opponent and potentially ruining their speed, you will also steal their copy abilities. This bite sounds great and all, right? So how does it really work? Well, it's actually quite simple, because when you're in the vicinity of a player or an enemy, the vampire will automatically attempt to bite it. So yeah, it's basically a vehicle that has an auto attack. But also, when you do a full charge, it will have a bite ready to strike at a slightly longer range. Hold on, did you notice that? Look at how much speed I got from this charge. Guess what that means? We can snake during our feeding moment. Okay, now before we get too ahead of ourselves, how long does a feeding moment last? For enemies, it lasts 1.5 seconds. And let's verify this in slow-mo. You can see right as the enemy gets hit, a little bit of blood starts coming out of the vehicle, and we're still going up until exactly that 1.5 mark. Now, biting opponents is where the vampire shines here. As you can see, it lasts a lot longer. And let's slow it down just to get that exact frame of when it ends. Exactly 6 seconds. Now here's a quick snaking tutorial. It's actually very easy with this vehicle. Basically, all you do is hold left or right on the stick right before you start boost charging, and then obviously make sure that the vampire stats are boosted. And a good rule of thumb is if you bite an enemy, you can usually just get one little boost charge off of that, maybe two if you're really lucky. And if you're wondering why you hold left or right before, because if you go straight and you hold down the boost button, you'll actually lose a lot more speed. And it's definitely easier to practice against another player because you can do it more. And yeah, just practice the left right sequence and straighten up just a little before you let go of the boost. Holy yap, that's a lot of information to take in. Let's break it up, let's go into a race, let's see this thing in action, and we'll get into some tips and more tricks and tech later. If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. Anyways, first race here, we got King Dedede on the Vampire Star. I actually think King Dedede might be the best combo for the vehicle. And you'll see why. His auto attack really doesn't really happen much, but it's really just his special that works really well with it. And also, he's heavy, so he's not going to sit in the air, unlike some other heavier characters. Yeah, he doesn't like float as much. But yeah, this isn't really a front-running vehicle, so it's kind of tough. But yeah, notice I got the enemy. It's really... Oh my god, dude. Well, I guess I'm doing okay. I guess the people in the lobby aren't that great, but yeah, really the name of the game is just snaking as soon as you possibly can. And notice how I'm charging on the rails, but I only do it after... if I'm in like that feeding moment, I only make sure I do it there. Otherwise, you lose way too much speed and it takes way too long. Let's see what we can do here. Definitely see, like, I don't know if you looked at my charge right there, but that took really long. But getting the charge is a good thing. Okay, I'm gonna save my special. Oh, perfect. The special for Dedede is really nice when you can snake, because Dedede's special doesn't really help your speed that much, but it helps keep your speed. So yeah, I mean, this was a pretty easy first race, nothing too crazy to show here. Hopefully we'll get some closer races coming up. Why do I only use King Dedede? Well, there's a few big reasons. One reason, high top speed. Second reason, low lift, because you do not want to be getting that much air with this vehicle. because you always lose so much speed in the air. And then the third reason is that his special allows you to bite still. So his special works perfectly with this vehicle. Now you might be wondering, why not Chef? Well, his ladle extension is way too long, so you're going to be inhaling enemies when you don't want to, especially when you need to be biting instead. Rick, his special will transform himself, so you're not going to be biting during the special, which is exactly what you want. Rocky, too hard to control. Lolo and Lalala might be okay, but they have a very high lift. Taranza might be your only other pick if you wanted to choose somebody else, but I still think Dedede is better. And then Magolor, way too much lift. I tried it because the faster star slides, but it is bad. It's just too much lift. DeRoach, still a lot of lift, and then the special transforms him. Same thing with Noir Dedede. Oh, and then Susie, too much lift, obviously. Second race here. This course is not too bad for this vehicle. It's a little tough, but again, when you're playing Vampire Star, it's kind of just an uphill battle as it is. Okay, we get a nice little bite here. I'm going to try to get a little bit of a snaky. There we go. And then the good thing though, oh dang, messed that up a lot. That wasn't that bad though. Could have been a lot worse. But the cool thing is, like, you can get into a really cool bite sequence, and it just gets really fun, like, when you're in a crowd. It gets really cool. Like, you can easily be in the middle or even in the back of the pack, and then you will just start biting everybody, and yeah, it's really cool. But the main thing is, this is absolutely not a front-running vehicle in the slightest. I don't know how I'm front running, honestly. These are not bots. But it's absolutely not a front running vehicle. It is more meant to be kind of like a victory stealer in some sort of way, where you just get the lead right before the end. At least that's what I've noticed from my experience. It's not really anything where you're gonna get a crazy lead and keep it. But yeah, get some nice snaking here. Pay attention to my speed. It's barely going below 30, as long as my feeding moment is active. Boom. And that's also something else to be aware of, is if you're going to inhale the enemy or not. Because if you're not, well, you really don't want to. That's the thing. You want to try not to, so then you can get good timing. And then get a nice little snake. I'm going to try to save my special. I have to use it. I would like to use the next section, just because this is usually a little slow, but we did bite somebody, so look at how fast I get to go. Very nice. If you pay attention to the distance between us on the map, it's pretty cool. This vehicle is really fun when you get into a good sequence. But I must say, first places are not something you should always expect. Usually you're gonna end up in a top place if you play well, but probably more so like a second or third. But nice first place for the second race. Let's go. Vampire Star is unique for heavy characters because it's kind of like riding on styrofoam because it's so floaty. But it does have a couple benefits, because you can get to the top cave in Celestial Valley, and you can go on the top path of Mount Amber Falls. Sky Sands. Okay, this course isn't very bad at all. Especially that windy part is really fun, especially when you're in your little biting moment, feeding moment, whatever you want to call it. Boom, we already get a nice little bite. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. Obviously this is not the cleanest sequence, but it's okay. Whoa, dude. Doesn't matter though, because the beauty of this vehicle is you can easily catch up. And boom, we're already back in first. Nice. Ooh. Nice. We are currently chilling. I mean, the goal is to be in the pack. The goal... Oh my. The goal is not to be... Careful of those pillars. The goal is not to be all the way up in the front the whole time, because how are you ever... Okay! I get it. Oh my gosh. Alright. Nice. We're chilling. We are chilling. This is a very aggressive match, but it's okay because we are chilling and we just got a nice 2 bites. What? But yeah, the Vamp is not a very easy vehicle to win with consistently, honestly. I did a lot of practice before... Woo! Nice. I did a lot of practice before deciding to start recording. Rapid fire tech. Just like any auto attack, your bite will not work for the first 5 seconds. The vampire will bite certain stage hazards, but you do not get a boost from it. Do not quick spin off walls, it's a lot slower. The timer for the feeding moment does not add onto itself after each bite. It will either reset or keep the time that you have left, whichever time will be greater. Last race, and then we look at the map's tier list. Very good course for this vehicle. And I will give a course tier list, obviously like I've ever done it. This would be the first one I do. But yeah, this will be I will make a course tier list for this vehicle. Obviously, you know, it's not an end-all be-all, but just based off my experience, I've been using this machine for about a week at this point. So, yeah. Boom. Oh, also some vehicles, you know, you can't... Okay, hold on. I'm like trying to think at the same time. You can't snake going uphill on like your main snaking vehicles if you know you know. But honestly, I haven't done like insane testing, but I think it's fine to do. If I haven't said that already. I probably have. Okay. We are currently dialed. I just need to get a nice bite. Let me bite you. But yeah, it gets really fun when you get the bite. Oh my, had to pop the special here. And we're gonna take this section very quickly. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. It is crazy the amount of speed you can get. Boom. Boom. Oh no. Oh my god. Come on, come on, come on. Oh my god. Yo, what kind of an ending was that? Vampire Star course tier list. Let me know what you think. I think it's, you know, not too bad, but if you have experience with Vamp, tell me what you think in the comments.